My name is Laura, and I'm 45 years old. I live in a quiet suburban neighborhood in Oregon, where I've spent most of my life raising my younger sister, Emily, who's now 35. Our parents passed away in a tragic house fire when I was 28 and Emily was 18. It was a devastating loss that changed our lives overnight. Emily was still in high school, and with no other family willing to step in, I became her guardian. Back then, I was a junior accountant, earning a modest salary. Taking on Emily meant stretching every dollar. I worked late nights, took freelance bookkeeping jobs, and cut corners on my own expenses. I wanted Emily to have a normal life despite our loss. I bought her trendy clothes, a laptop for school, and even threw her extravagant graduation parties. I paid for her college, every textbook, every dorm fee, every meal plan. I drove a beat-up car and wore second-hand clothes so she could have the best. When she graduated, I helped with rent for her first apartment, even though she had a part-time job. Emily always called me her rock, saying I was the best sister anyone could have. I believed her. Then Emily met Nathan. They dated for 3 years, got engaged, and I footed the bill for their lavish wedding, $25,000, nearly all my savings. I also gave them $40,000 for a down payment on a cozy house in a nearby town. I thought I was helping them build a future. But after the wedding, things shifted. Nathan started visiting my house frequently, often with Emily. At first, I thought they just wanted to stay close. Then I noticed items disappearing. Nathan would ask to borrow things, a watch, a pair of sunglasses, my old camera. Just for a weekend, he'd say, but nothing ever came back. When I asked Emily about it, she'd shrug and say, "Oh, I think it's at Nathan's parents' place." I let it slide, not wanting to cause tension. Over a year, I lost a dozen items, things I'd worked hard to afford. When I finally confronted Nathan about a leather jacket he'd borrowed, he laughed it off. "Laura, you're so uptight. You can buy another one." Emily chimed in, "Why make a big deal? You've got plenty." I was stunned but didn't push back. I didn't want to lose my sister. Eventually, I stopped lending things. Nathan's visits dwindled, and Emily grew distant. Last year, I decided to treat myself. After years of saving, I renovated my home, new furniture, a sleek fridge, a flat-screen TV. I even upgraded my locks to smart ones after hearing about local burglaries. My old furniture was still in great shape, so I offered it to Emily and Nathan for their sparsely furnished home. "Hey, want my old couch or dining set?" I asked over the phone. Nathan's voice was cold. "No thanks, Laura. We're good." I heard Emily in the background. "We don't need her cast-offs." It stung, but I sold the items at a garage sale. A week later, I came home from work to a nightmare. My front door was ajar, the smart lock tampered with. Inside, my house was gutted. My new sofa, TV, appliances, even my silverware gone. My heart raced as I scanned the empty rooms. Then I saw a note on the counter, written in Emily's handwriting. "Laura, we took your stuff to our place. We need it more than you. You'll get new things." Thanks, Emily. I was shaking, betrayed by the sister I'd raised. My neighbor, Mr. Patel, a retired teacher, knocked on my door. "Laura, you okay? I saw Emily and Nathan with a van earlier. They said you gave them permission to take your things." He showed me footage from his doorbell camera, Emily and Nathan loading my belongings into a van. "I'm so sorry," he said, handing me the video file. "I didn't know." I called Emily immediately. "Bring everything back. This is theft," she laughed. "Theft? Laura, don't be dramatic. We just borrowed some stuff. You've got money to replace it." Nathan grabbed the phone. "We're keeping it. Our house needs this more than yours." I gave them 48 hours to return my property or face consequences. They hung up. The next day, I met with my lawyer, Rachel Kim. I showed her the note, Mr. Patel's video, my purchase receipts, and photos of my custom furniture. "This is straightforward theft," Rachel said. "Document the damage to your lock and list everything missing. We'll send a formal demand letter." She drafted a letter giving Emily and Nathan 48 hours to comply or face legal action. We sent it via certified mail. 2 days passed with no response. I filed a police report providing all my evidence. That evening, Emily called, hysterical. "The police came to our house. How could you do this to us?" Nathan shouted, "You're ruining our lives." I stayed calm. "You had 48 hours. You chose not to return my things." Emily sobbed, "We'll bring it back, just drop the charges." I refused and hung up. Rachel and I met Emily and Nathan at the police station. They looked defeated, Emily crying, Nathan pale. "Please, Laura," Emily begged, "we'll return everything." I shook my head. "You should have done that when I asked. You betrayed me." I walked out. At the trial, the judge reviewed the evidence and sentenced Emily and Nathan to probation, a $2,000 fine each, and ordered them to return my property and pay for damages to my lock and door frame. My house was whole again, but I wasn't. I'd lost my sister. I met with Rachel to revise my will. Emily was my sole heir, but I removed her, directing my assets to a local animal shelter. Rachel sent Emily a notice of the change. Days later, Emily and Nathan showed up, banging on my door. "You cut me out of your will," Emily screamed. "I'm your sister." I kept the chain lock on. "You stole from me. You're not my family anymore." Nathan yelled, "We're expecting a baby, don't you care?" I congratulated them but held firm. "You made your choices, I'm done." They left defeated. I installed a full security system, cameras, alarms, the works. My aunt, Susan, called, urging me to forgive Emily. "She's family," she said. I replied, "Family doesn't steal from you." I gave her everything and she took more. Susan sighed but didn't push. At 45, I realized I'd spent 17 years putting Emily first. I'd never traveled, rarely dated, always sacrificed. That changed. I booked a month-long trip to Costa Rica, beaches, rainforests, adventure. My friend Mia cheered me on. "You deserve this, Laura. Let Emily go." She was right. Emily had used me, and I'd allowed it, thinking that's what sisters do. No more. Now I'm painting, hiking, and buying myself nice things. My trip is weeks away, and I'm buzzing with excitement. My house feels like mine again, and so does my life. Emily and Nathan are gone from it, and I'm finally free.